beauties, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a tutorial on the look that I am wearing right here. Highlight is still on fleek, if I do say so myself. And I actually got a request to do this. I had posted up a picture. I was just kind of messing with some of the stuff that I had, using some of the shadows that I have had for some time and I haven't really used, and I was just playing and I kind of came up with this look and I got a request for it, so here it is. And it is a very smoky, cool tone eye with a gray beige lip. And the highlight, do we need to talk? Can we just talk about the highlight? I think I'm thinking of doing a review on the highlight because it's my current obsession and I absolutely love it. So we will see. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. So I'm going to start off by moisturizing my face like I normally do, but today I'm actually going to be using the Too Faced HangoverX, and this one is a replenishing face primer with coconut water, electrolytes, and probiotics. So I think it's been a while since I've used this one. I actually like to use this as a moisturizer versus as a primer. I think it moisturizes my skin a little bit better. And for my primer, I'm going to use the SmashBox Photo Finish Primer Water. I'm actually going to go straight into the eyes, and I've been doing my brows a little bit differently recently. Okay, so I'm using, for my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm also using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Chocolate. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to brush through my brows, and this is the Morphe B23, which is just their spoolie. Make sure every little hair is in place. I'm going to take my brow gel and I'm just going to brush the hairs upwards. Now I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 15 angled brush, and I'm going to take that into my dark brown pomade. I'm just going to kind of tap off any excess because this does get really, really dark. And I'm going to outline the tail of my brow like so. And then I'm going to then create my arch as I get closer to this front part. I'm going to go with a lighter hand, so you're barely going to see that line. Okay, now I'm going to switch over to a Sigma E65, and it's also an angled brush, but this is a little bit more fluffy than the other one. This one's just really thin, but this one has a little bit more density to it. I'm going to go back into my dip brow, and I'm just going to begin just to run that through really lightly, just from this mid brow down, and then with whatever is left over, I'm going to start sweeping it through the front, so that way there's like a nice like little fade. Now I'm going to take that Morphe B23 and I'm just going to run that through my brows. And then I'm going to seal it again with the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the SmashBox 24-Hour Eyeshadow Primer. You literally need like this much for both eyes. Alrighty, and I'm going to use Real Techniques Dome Shadowed Brush, and I'm going to take the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Contour Kit, and I'm going to go into the shade Laetus? Lutus? This one. I'm going to put that all over the lid, all the way up to that brow bone. Okay, on my Sigma E40, I'm going to take the shade Lazerus. I'm going to take that in my crease. I'm actually going to take this all the way out to about my tail of my eyebrow. Now I'm going to go into the shade called Liberatus. I'm going to take that on my Morphe M330, and it's like slightly tapered towards the tip, and I'm going to use that to really get that color into that crease. So once I've built it up to the shade that I want, now I'm going to use this side, which is where it starts to kind of flare out. And I'm just going to blend the edge out. Now on a Sigma E25, I'm going to take the shade Latinus. I'm going to just kind of warm it up just a little bit. It's looking a little too cool for me. This is going to lighten it up, but it's also going to give a tiny, teeny, tiny little bit of warmth. Now I'm going to take my Morphe M507, which is a very small detail crease brush, and I'm going to take the shade Shax. I just noticed that I've been filming this whole time without my ring light. Much better, oh my gosh. So now that I've got my lighting all situated, so load up your brush lightly with the black and build up the intensity of the black. I'm going to stick that in the outer corner. I'm going to pat that in. Just like that. I'm taking a Morphe M441 and blending it. And then just build up the black. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Too Faced Glitter Glue. I'm going to put that on the back of my hand. And I'm going to load up my MAC 242 with that glitter glue. I'm going to place this on that center lid. And then I'm going to pick up Makeup Geek Utopia, which is this really pretty, gorgeous, brass, cool brass color that's right there. So pretty. Again, I'm going to load up my MAC 242 and I'm just going to place that in that center lid. Now I'm going to kind of like feather out the pigment up just so it kind of blends in. But not taking it past that crease. I'm going to do the same thing to that other side. The trick with the pigments is not to pick up too much and try to like work it in, pick up a little bit, and the same thing like you did with the black shadow. Really build up. Okay, now I'm going to go back in to the shade Liberatus on my Sigma E40, and I'm just going to blend the two together. And then if I lose a little bit of the pigment, I'll just go back in and pick up a little bit more and place it on again. Now I'm just going to take a MAC makeup wipe. You can use whatever makeup wipe you want. I just happen to have the MAC ones right now. So now what I'm going to do is, I get asked this question a lot anytime that I do like a sharp edge. Everybody asks me if I do tape, and my answer is always no. What I do is I grab my makeup wipe and I wrap it around my finger, and then I just go just like that. I create the edge with my finger. Okay, and then I'm going to use that same makeup wipe and I'm just going to wipe away any fallout that I had. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my foundation, and I'm going to use the Perricone MD No Foundation foundation, and I'm going to take that on my Sedona Lace 928. And I have been wearing this foundation most of the summer because it gets really hot where I'm at, and right now we're at like 58% humidity, and I'm not about to waste foundation on a humid day. Next, I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer, and I'm just going to use that underneath my eyes just to brighten it up. And if I want to sharpen up the edge of my little wing, I'll just take my concealer and do that. I'm going to take my Morphe G2 and my Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray and just give it a couple spritz. I've noticed that when I've done this, that using this specific one, I was using my L'Oreal extended setting spray, and it did the trick, but this keeps me even more matte. This has been my current obsession. Next, I'm going to take the Perricone MD No Bronzer, and I'm going to bronze up my face. I'm going to take that on my Sigma F84. I'm going to put that in the places that I would normally contour and bronze. And I like this because it is a note. It doesn't feel like you have product. It just gives you a beautiful bronzy finish. And it's not too red and not too orange. It's just like the perfect bronze shade. This also works really good if you live in a really humid climate and you don't want to put like 10 pounds of makeup on. Like I said, like right now we have been super humid. Go back in with no additional product and just kind of further blend. So now to set all of that, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Shade Light Contour Kit, and I'm going to use the shade Lyric and Lucid. And for my contour, I'm going to use the shade Shadowplay. And for my highlight, I'm going to use my Sigma F25 Tapered Face Brush. Now I'm going to take my NARS Eda brush and take that into Shadowplay, and I'm just going to etch out that contour. For my blush, I'm going to take the Morphe 9B blush palette. I know I've been using this religiously, but I mean, like I said before, it has like every shade imaginable. And it's so pigmented. It's so go buy. It's really, really good. I really like this. I've been reaching for this every single time, and it's just it's the perfect blush palette. I don't have to use anything else. I'm going to take the Dusty Rose shade right here in this corner, load up my F40, and just lightly sweep. You can tell like this is like super pigmented. Just for a rosy flush of color. And for my highlight, of course, Champagne Pop. I literally have been just obsessing over this recently because I just load up my fan brush. This is the Morphe 310, and I just look at that. You sweep this just over the cheekbones, and it is just glow. I have literally been wearing this every day and I don't even care. Going back into the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Contour Palette, I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M330 and Liberatus, and I'm just going to run that in that lower lash line. And I'm not being neat whatsoever, I'm just getting that under there. Okay, so next I'm going to take my Sigma E15, which is just my flat definer, and I'm going to take it into the shade Shax. I'm going to place that right up against that lower lash line. And I'm still leaving this inner corner blank. or as blank as possible. Okay, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to take my MAC pencil brush. I think this is a 219. The MAC 219, and I'm just going to, there's no product on this, I'm just going to blend and smudge out, really smoke at that lower lash line. Just going to go in and curl my lashes, not really caring if they get super, super curly or not, because I'm going to go in with falsies. For mascara, I'm going to use the Rimmel Lash Accelerate as like the first coat. I'm just going to run that quickly through those lashes. And I'm going to apply a second coat of mascara using the Urban Decay Perversion mascara just to thicken up the lashes. For eyeliner, I'm going to use the e.l.f. cream eyeliner. And I'm going to take that on a Sigma E06. And I'm just going to trace that wing that I already have. Now, I'm going to use my same MAC 219, and you're probably thinking, but you smoked out your lashes. Well, I discovered, well actually my students tagged me in this. I have recently discovered with the help of some of my students, this color switch thing from Vera Mona. So it's just like this little black spongy thing, and I just do this. Gets rid of any pigment on my brush, and then I'm gonna go in with Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma, and I'm gonna just stick that in the inner corner. Now, the eyeliner under my waterline is the NYX Treasure Lee Gel Liner Pencil. For false lashes, I'm using the Ardell Glamour Demis in 102, and these are really similar to the MAC No. 7s, which are my favorite lashes. They look the most natural, but it does still give you a little bit of drama, and it has a little bit of a flare too. It helps me to look down on my mirror, so that way I know I get it right up against that lash line. I'm just going to press them together, my natural lashes and the falsies. I'm going to line my lips using the NYX Slim Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Natural. I use Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in the shade Underground, and this is a really gorgeous gray nude beige color. This has been my current obsession. Alrighty guys, so that does it for this tutorial. If you want to see more looks like this using a little bit more glitters and a little bit more of that cat eye winged liner or cat eye shadow, please leave it down in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is that you're having, and I will see you soon. Bye!